Yeah. This is our Power Tour follow-up video. You can see we've been busy on the Corvette, so sorry we ain't got this out sooner.
We're sorry.
We have been 7 days a week on a Corvette.
Daylight to dark.
Yes.
Past dark.
Yeah, way past dark. But first off, we wanted to say thanks to everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
That took the time to say hi.
Yes.
Come by.
Well,
everybody that Angie made the comment on the way down. It was 11 hours to get to Atlanta, so she made a lot of comments.
Thanks.
But there was not all of them are bad. Not all of them.
That did not sound good.
It's a little bit funny. But her comment right when we get off the interstate, we're getting ready to pull into the hotel, and Angie looks at me and says, "You know, if one person thanks us for the videos," she said, "it will made it worth it." She said it will, you know, made all the effort we went through doing the notes, everything, doing these videos. Angie was like, it'll make all that worth it.
If one person comes up and says, thanks, they helped me. So anyway.
Yeah, so
20 minutes later.
Yeah, we pull Sid into the hotel. We do a lap.
Yeah.
Around the hotel trying to find a parking spot because we show up late. Remember the 11 hours, get there. We're getting there late. We're late for everything.
Yes, we are. We're those people.
Yeah, we enjoy Power Tour. We use all the time allotted. But we pull into the hotel, make a lap around the lot, find us a parking spot. I grabbed the suitcases and are carrying everything.
Plural, suitcases, plural. Sorry, I have a problem with packing.
And go in the hotel.
He looks like a pack mule.
Yeah, I look like a pack mule. I'm dragging everything in, and we don't even make it in the door of the hotel. And a guy sitting on the bench out in front of the hotel goes, "Hey, you're A&D."
You're A&D.
And I was like, "Well, honey," I said, "somebody recognizes us." Angie looked at me and she said, "Our week's complete. We can go home now." I said, "No, we're just starting this week."
That's right. That's right. Well, we made a friend with them. They're wonderful people. I hope they see this video.
Yeah.
Because the first day,
I didn't remember his name, so I had to go back to his email because he sent a picture of his car. So I had to go back to his email and see that his name was Chris.
Right.
Because I'm terrible. If you came up and introduced yourself,
we're terrible with names.
Yeah, don't take it personal that I'm not remembering your name. Now you can tell me what you're driving. He's better
at that. I'm better at faces. I recognize faces better. So,
yeah.
But neither of us are good with names. We're sorry. But Chris and his wife and their children were great. We had a fun time with them.
Oh yeah.
And they rode with us.
And the first night, the Chance and I believe it was Jason.
Yeah, Chance and Jason.
Were grilling out.
Yeah.
In the parking lot. If y'all watch the first video of hotel night, Angie walks by them. They're grilling. And that was the first autograph that Angie got to do.
Yes.
He asked that we autograph the glove box of his truck. He had a nice square body K10 truck. And he asked if we'd autograph it. And I was like, you really want Angie to do it? If I autograph something, it's going to look like chicken scratch, and you're going to have no idea what it says, and no one else will have any idea what it says. So Angie got to autograph her first glove box, which was really cool.
Very awesome. I really enjoyed that. Well, it was it made me a little bit nervous because I didn't want to mess it up or do the wrong thing or take up too much space because he had other people in there also.
Yeah.
And but yes, that made my week. All the people made our week.
Yeah. It was awesome to see how many people that our videos and our notes that we did helped.
Yeah, it was.
We had an overwhelming amount of people that said it was their first time on Power Tour. I'd say like 90% of the people that came to us said they were the first time. And they chose to take that leap
and go.
Because they watched our videos and we basically convinced them it was okay and that they had to do it.
That they had to do it, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, that's like our friend Paul that we met
Yes, he was North Dakota or South Dakota. I can't remember.
I can't remember. But he sent
all by himself.
All by himself. And he was like, he said, I'm one of those people that I have to research things when I do it, and you guys were right there, and I watched your videos, and I felt good about coming.
Yeah.
And for us, that's why we did it. We really did it because of that.
Oh, yeah.
People, insight on what we had already been through.
Yes. Yeah. And we wanted to say thanks to the people that went to our website and bought our merch.
Yes, it was.
After we got home, there was, we sold merch, which was great. That's awesome. That helps me make more bad decisions here.
That's right.
The more stuff that y'all buy,
yeah,
the more bad decisions I get to make in here. And no, none of these cars are mine. My junk's outside. But, but I make bad decisions off if y'all help us.
Yes.
I make.
Absolutely.
So y'all are my enablers.
Yes.
But next year we're gonna do the notes again.
We'll be back next year to do more.
Yeah. And I actually added it to Angie's notes before we left because I thought about it like the night before we left.
Right.
I thought about putting the mile markers, how many miles it was from this turn to that turn. When you went on the mile markers for hot rods, say it was 150.8.
Right.
And then it was 170.8. Yeah. Well, you can do quick math and say, okay, it's 20 miles to the next turn. Well, if it was an odd number, then you're doing math in your head and you're, is that 17 miles or 86 miles to the next turn? So next year when I put the notes,
we're going to do that for
I'm going to attach it on the line that everybody gets.
Right.
I'm going to say still the mile marker that Hot Rod gives us for the turn. But at the end of the line, I'm going to say it's, 7.8 miles to your next turn. Yeah. So in your head, when you tick that off your list, you're okay. Yeah. Just like the GPS does, turn left in 7 miles.
Right. Right. And that really helped me, so I know it'll help you guys. We'll do it for you next year. So y'all, I had a couple of the ladies come up and ask if we could do that. So absolutely, we'll do it for you.
Yeah. So we'll get that on next year's. And next year's notes, I was going to do 2 versions. I was going to do the basic notes that were just like I did this year and basically prints out on one sheet. And then I was also going to do a detailed notes. Yeah. And the detailed notes was going to include more gas stops because we basically just made notes about the end gas stops right before you get to the end.
Right.
Well.
And kind of like I think it was 2 nights in. One of the nights we were somewhere and I said to David, go through there and find me a couple gas stops the next day. Because we had our crew with us from here, and then we had picked up other people that wanted to ride with us, and you have to think about places you stop when you got 5, 6, 7, 8 cars with you.
Right.
So
yeah, the thing you learn when you have a big group of cars going with you, is when you pick a gas station, you want one that's at a stoplight.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Because when everybody's going by in line on Power Tour, of course somebody's going to be nice and let 1 or 2 cars out of the gas station.
But not everybody.
Yeah. They're not going to let 8 cars come out. Now somebody might. Yeah. But not everybody's going to let 8 cars filter out of a gas station. But if you're setting at a cross street that has a stoplight, and the gas station's here, and you can drive out of the gas station parking lot, set at the light, and when the light turns, then all 8 of you can go out.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm going to add things like that to notes.
That was really helpful when he did that on ours.
Yeah. And I'm going to add like the photo ops. Yeah. Like when there's scenic things along the way. Yeah. And you want to have a picture taken in front of, Jim's General Store that opened in 1892 and still got the storefront and you want to pull your patinaed old pickup truck in front of it and take a photo,
right.
I'm going to try to add those points on there. I can't guarantee I'll get every one of them, but, you know, if I find something cool along the route, I'm going to add it to the notes so everybody can know.
That's like the one gas station we stopped at was super cool. We didn't know about it.
Yeah, the Uhari outpost or whatever it was.
It was really neat. Did you go inside?
No, I never made it inside.
Oh, I know you were helping.
I was trying to straighten the pulley on the guy's car that didn't want to listen.
That's right. It was really neat inside. It really was. That was a good stop. A lot of people stopped there, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And anything that y'all want to add?
Oh yeah. Please.
Want me to add to the notes? If there's something that I missed, put in the comments or send me an email, either one. Put in the comments.
Yeah.
Like that whatever it is you want to see added to the notes, just let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
And if it's feasible for me to even do,
we'll do it.
Yeah, I'll add it in there.
Yeah.
But like I say, it was we were overwhelmed by the number of people that thanked us for it. It really was amazing. It was humbling to see that many people, we helped that many people with the videos and the notes, because I never ever dreamed that many people would actually, number one, that many people would watch it.
Yeah. And
number two, that it was actually useful. And I'm leaning over here, chairs falling. I'm gonna crash into you, honey.
That's okay. You come on over here.
Yeah, I mean, it's about to go to a whole different video of crashing into you. But
but it was yes, what you said. It was humbling, but it was also super exciting for us that what we spent all this time on really did help you guys.
Yes. All right. Now, things we saw new on Power Tour was with the staging. When you went into Atlanta on Monday morning, it was a great idea. And I think it would have worked a whole lot better if people would have had the concept of what was going on. What I'm talking about is where you pulled up in this row, and this row beside you was moving in. And then when that row was gone, this row over here started going, and this row started filling in, and then it went across like this.
Right.
And I think for the most part, it worked great.
But nobody knew about it.
Yeah, nobody knew about it. Nobody had a concept of what was going on, especially some of the guy way up in the front was trying to direct it all.
Right.
But I think it was too much for one person to try to direct. And sometimes some lines kept going.
Yeah.
Like they were filling from the back and kept going in. And then there were some lines that seemed to sit there forever and didn't got their turn to go.
Right.
So I don't know what train wreck happened there, but I like the concept.
Oh yeah, it was a good.
You got to get out, walk around, talk to people around you, which was cool. I like the concept. If they want to do that at other speedways to get people in, I'm all in.
Yeah.
It's better than sitting in your car.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And because it's Charlotte, and I swear I love going to Charlotte. I like the town and everything. Oh yeah. But getting in Z-Max every time is a cluster. Beep. Every time. Every time we've been there. It's not just this time. Every time Power Tour goes to Z-Max, it's a cluster. Yeah. And I don't know whether it's the Speedway people doing. I'm not sure what it is.
I'm not sure, but it is.
It's a cluster every single time we get there. I like the place. Nothing wrong with it.
No.
It's cool to watch drag racing, all that stuff. But man, it's a cluster getting in that place.
It is.
We even had BJ ran out of gas.
Yes.
Which luckily we pulled over, threw everything that was in our back seat that we'd been traveling with all week, threw it in the back of OG's truck. In his truck bed, just piled everything in the truck bed. BJ and Bray jumped in our car and rode with us the rest of the way in, and we stayed in there and hung out.
Yes. And we had a great time.
And we waited till the crowd went down. drove back out there.
Almost kicked us out.
Oh, well, that's better than kicking the bucket.
Sorry.
But rode back out, got OG to go get some gas.
Yeah.
Well, we had a gas can. We were that prepared.
Yes, we did.
We had a gas can.
The little mini gas can.
Yeah, we had a 2-gallon gas can. We hadn't used it all week. we get to Z-Max, it got used.
So he ran out, got the gas, came back, we put it in, and then away we went.
Yeah.
To the hotel.
Went to
our hotel from there was really close.
Yeah.
So.
But we went to the very first gas station that we got to, put gas in the car, and then went directly across the street to the hotel. So we got that.
So the funniest part of this is, and I know you're all thinking it because I thought it too, we put on the directions the last gas stop.
Oh, yeah,
but we didn't need it.
Oh, yeah, I know, yeah.
But we had stopped several times, and we really, and you know, in our defense, we saw also the line.
Yeah, nobody really expected us to sit at Charlotte as long as we did.
We should have expected it, because
it's been a cluster every year, every time. But basically, the Fairmont ran out of gas because it was sitting on a hill like this, going up and in, and the sender was over here. As soon as we put the car back on level, it started right up.
Was that the day that we had the debacle at the Chick-fil-A? Trying to get in that was the Chick-fil-A that was closed.
Yes. Yeah, the Chick-fil-A.
I think that's what threw us. We tried to go get the Chick-fil-A and Chick-fil-A.
And we pull up in the parking lot, there's cars everywhere, and we're like, oh, cool. Look at the door, and it remodeled the day of Power Tour. And I was like, really?
Yeah.
They could pick one day to remodel, and it's that day.
We were all like wanting something different, because, you know, we had done a lot of fast food to that point. So Chick-fil-A was something different, of course. They're remodeling. So we ended up somewhere else, and I think that's what...
We went to Bongles.
Yes, we did go to Bongles.
We went to Bongles.
Or as y'all probably know it, Bojangles, but we have to call it Bongles.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we did. But anyway, yeah.
So let's see. Atlanta, the staging was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
Columbia.
I give the staging a thumbs up, but I do think they need possibly to have a few more people out there.
Yeah.
To help.
And now that everybody gets the concept of what's going on.
Yeah, it won't be so crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody just was like, what the heck is going on? Nobody really knew what to do.
Yeah, Columbia went great because we were so late getting there, and Chance let us jump in line ahead of him.
Yes.
So that was a lifesaver for us. So that,
Yeah. And we were that guy.
Yeah.
We're sorry.
And Rockingham, we were kind of late there.
Yeah, but Rockingham was cool, like to come up and and then like
it dropped down in the speedway.
Drop down in it. I enjoyed that.
By the time we got to Rockingham, half the cars were gone from the inside. You could park anywhere you wanted.
Oh yeah.
By the time we got there, it was.
Yeah, we didn't manage like our stops. We were talking to all of you guys. Yeah. But we loved it. We really did. We wouldn't change a thing.
So, all right. Now.
Next year's route, we're taking guesses. So put in the comments. Oh yeah, tell us what your guesses are.
What your guess.
We have ours.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to see the Louisville Expo Center added as a stop.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all have ever been to the Street Rod Nationals.
And it's coming up.
It's coming up, yeah. First week of August, it's coming up fast.
I can tell you the number of days, but I won't.
22.
He was gonna do it.
22 days. It's on my phone.
We'll tell you why we know that here in a few minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, Louisville would be a great
Louisville would be a great stop.
It would.
And, because see, I think it's going, my guess is we are leaving Bristol and we're going to go northwest. Okay.
Oh, you think so?
I think northwest. I think that's the direction.
Oh, you changed on me.
I'm leaning over here.
You weren't leaning towards me. That wasn't one of them we talked about, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Tell me what you think.
And because if you go northeast, you could end up at Carlisle. If nobody ever been to Carlisle Fairgrounds,
it'd be a good one.
It's a cool place for a car show.
Yeah, it would be good. There would be plenty of room, and it's not all total pavement.
No, it is not. But I don't know how, and maybe y'all can put in the comments your idea. I don't know how the tour could get from Bristol, Tennessee, Bristol, Virginia. It's really in Bristol, Tennessee, but to Carlisle, Pennsylvania. I don't know of a stop.
Right, that's the whole
in
thing.
Between the two.
And if y'all haven't noticed, the amount of miles.
Years ago, 2006, it stopped in Salem, Virginia.
It did.
But I think Power Tour's too big to stop in Salem again. It maybe could do it. The town could support it. For the people. Roanoke, there'd be enough hotels. There'd be enough for everybody to stay. But literal parking for everybody.
I mean, it would be a toss-up. It would be tight.
That would be. I don't know if they can pull that off.
Yeah, but if y'all kind of watched and realized over the years now, they usually do roughly, what do we say, 200? It ranges anywhere from like 200 to like 170 to like
250, 270 miles.
Yeah.
There used to be long stretches that they would put in. I can remember driving 8 or 9 hours
to get to a venue.
But they've
narrowed it, which I think is good. I mean, I like the short.
Gives us more time to goof off.
Yeah, and socialize and stop and.
Yeah.
And leave in the comments what your thoughts are.
Yeah, where do you think? Where do you want it to go?
Where do you think?
Where do you actually think it's going to go? Because sometimes where you want it to go and where it actually is going to go is two different places. So. Leave in the comments where you want it to go, and then leave a comment where you actually think it will end up. Yeah. And how about a stop that it's never been to? If you know of a place that could support the size that Power Tours become, put that in the comments.
Right.
If there's a venue, and we've been to state fairgrounds, been to college campuses. It doesn't have to be a speedway. It's cool to go to a speedway. You get to do racing, stuff like that.
And we know that the people that like to do the drag racing, they deserve to have a couple of days.
Oh, yeah.
But to mix it up with something different, throw it in the comments and tell us if you know somewhere that would be somewhere. I mean, I'm sure there's also probably racetracks or dragways we haven't hit yet.
Yeah. And here I'm gonna throw in the high heater curveball. Here's the here's the curveball.
I know what it is too.
What if they had a West Coast Power Tour? Yeah. Now, if you think about what Holly does with LS Fest, they have Holly Fest East and Holly Fest West. Yeah. They have two of them. They don't have them on the same week. But they decided since everybody couldn't come to LS Fest East, I guess they could have come, technically.
Right.
But they decided to have LS Fest West to get more people. And the people at Hot Rod are probably going to kill me for even bringing this up. They're gonna be screaming at their TVs when I'm saying this, and because it says the analytics most people watch on their TV. So they're going to be screaming at their TVs that I even bring this up and mention it. But for our friends out on the left coast, what about a West Coast Power Tour? Right. Make it 5 cities in 5 days. Not necessarily, you could spend 5 days driving through Los Angeles as fast as traffic moved.
Right.
When I went there, I could see my hotel for an hour, and I couldn't get to it. But what if you could have a Power Tour, I'd say East Power Tour, but East Midwest Power Tour, and then a West Power Tour. Right. And I know I'm reason Hot Rod would want to kill me is because that's double the work for the Power Tour staff, that's 2 times they've got to do all this work, 2 times the promotion, 2 times of getting the sponsors, 2 times of getting the vendors there, and
but you see on all those pages, on all the Power Tour pages, people that I'm spitballing here and say they live out in that area, and they say they can't make it this far to come because they've driven so far to get here, and that they would like that. So we're just putting it out there because you see it all the time.
Yeah. So, put in the comments. Do you think, I like to say, Hot Rod's or Motor Trend, Hot Rod, they're gonna want to kill me for even mentioning this. But do you think it could be supported if they could pull off the logistics, the sponsors, and the vendors to come, come to the Midway, all that, and have them at a separate time? Don't try to pull that off in the same week, because I can't imagine the headache that would cause if you're moving 2 Power Tours at the same time. Because it would be really cool if you could move them at the same time and have them meet in a city somewhere. Yeah. That'd be like epic, but I wouldn't want to wish that on my worst enemy to plan that. Yeah. But maybe have them, we have the one in June, go for one I don't know when the weather starts to cool off on the West Coast. I'm sure it's September. I mean,
October.
Yeah, I don't know what August
I'm not sure.
is like.
Probably hot
on the West Coast. Somebody that lives out there is going to have to comment.
Yeah, if you're watching
what a good time of year would be for on the West Coast. And I know elevation and altitude would change weather and all that good stuff. But just somebody put in the comments what you think for a time period.
Yeah.
Not like it's actually going to happen, but we're all hypothetical spitballing here.
I know everybody watching this is just excited to see what they come out with next year.
Yes. So everybody, just comment what you think next year's is going to be. Where you want it to go, where you think it's going to go, and if you'd want to change anything. Right. If you want to.
Yeah, if there's something that you think would be a good ad.
Yeah.
Put it in there.
The one thing that was sad for me to see, and we've been going to Power Tour so many years,
what you're about to say.
Was when we got to Bristol, and we weren't early by any means, but we got to Bristol, and since now they give out the long hauler signs at noon, everybody basically grabbed their signs and hauled freight. Yeah. Now granted, I didn't like waiting around for the sign and standing in line to get it. No. I get that. I was not for that at all. Yeah. That was miserable. Yeah. When you had to stand in the heat and wait on getting a sign, but it was sad to see day 5 just be a dash and grab and gone. Yeah. It didn't really make it a stop anymore. It was kind of like a lunch stop. You went in, grabbed you a sandwich, and back on the road you were.
Yeah.
So.
But next year, since it will most likely start there, I mean, it probably will. I would assume it would.
Well, see, put in the comments whether you think it's going to start in Bristol, or they could throw a curveball, because
they've been known to do that.
Yeah, they've been known to start somewhere else. Yeah. Where else would you start it?
Yeah. And you have to remember, next year is a big year.
Yes, next year is the anniversary. So, could throw a curveball. It'd be cool if they reenacted the first Power Tour.
Yeah, but I don't remember what that was.
All the way from the West Coast. All the way down.
Oh, is that what it was?
It was like 10 days.
Oh gosh. I don't know about that.
Yeah, there was a lot of hard highway miles.
Oh yeah.
On that one, they didn't do back roads.
I'd say so.
So I don't think they'll reenact that, but I'm sure somebody's personally gonna drive it and reenact it, but
Yeah.
I don't think Power Tour will.
Right.
But anyway,
Yeah. So
that's the wrap. We're sorry we took so long
Yeah,
since Power Tour. This is August something.
No, it's July.
Oh, it's July? It ain't August yet? Yeah. I've sleep deprivation from working on this.
And stay with us through the channel.
I know I haven't had many videos of the Corvette.
We haven't.
Because I haven't stopped working long enough to pick up the camera and do anything with it. So my apologies for that.
But there's some big stuff.
Yeah, that's coming up.
So
y'all stay tuned for that.
Right.
And I'll try to do a better job of videoing what we're doing here. I'll try to do better. Can't promise it. But
it was really nice to make friends with all you guys. Seriously, really.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we made friends this year that we're gonna see on Power Tour every year.
I wish we could remember everybody's name and go down it, but there is no way that we could.
Nope.
But
now I could probably list vehicles of what they were driving.
Yeah.
I would probably do good with that, but
I do have to say that you make lifelong friends on this, in all honesty.
Oh yeah.
You know, and we have plans to meet up with some that we met along the way. You know,
for other events, other car shows. We have plans to meet other ones at other.
And Ben and Gianna, of course, our sweet Gianna and Amber. We're gonna meet up with them hopefully in Charlotte.
For Auto Fair.
And
then there's a couple guys that we're gonna meet at Cruising the Coast.
Yes.
In Biloxi.
We'll be there. Hopefully, we'll see some of you guys there.
Yeah, but we've already told them we'll meet up with them.
Yeah,
in Biloxi for Cruising the Coast.
And of course, we have the NSRA Street Rod Nationals.
Street Rod Nationals.
In however many days.
22 days.
So yeah, we're excited to see you all at other places other than Power Tour.
Yes.
So I guess this is.
Yeah.
This is see ya. Keep watching the channel.
Yep.
We'll be back in January when they.
Yeah, when they announce, we'll do more Power Tour videos when they announce where we're going.
And remind you guys, go ahead and get whatever you long hauler, whatever you want to do, because they gonna sell out.
Yes.
So we'll remind you of that in January. We'll be back for that.
Yep. So. And how we end all our videos. Thank you, Lord.
Thank you for today.